Hello good people, hola! I finally tried the famous Sailor Fude fountain pen for the first time. I will show you everything in this video and also why I sketched with this pen for 15 days in a row. I bought the iconic Sailor Fude Pen last year and only now I'm trying it for the first time, just because I'm a snail. What makes this fountain pen special is its unique nib. I will show you in a minute. Alongside with the pen, I also bought an ink converter and ink. What makes this fountain pen different and unique is its bent nib, as you can see it here. It allows to change the thickness of the lines depending on the angle you write or draw. This variation on the line is very popular among creatives who love calligraphy as well as urban sketchers and illustrators. The pen comes with two cartridges that you will see in a second, but I bought an ink converter because it's more eco-friendly and this way I can use the ink that I want. The reason why I bought the Sailor Fude Pen is because I love this chisel tip ink pen, which also gives a variation on the line thickness. Right, let's fill the ink converter. I saw YouTube videos to know how to do this, and probably will be messy, but let's do this. I struggled a bit, but in the end it went better than I expected. And gouache made their control check. All is good to go. Finally, it's time to test the pen. My phone stopped recording for 3 times and I could have recorded all again, but let's make it real, and I think you can see it here that the thickness of the line changes depending on the angle I hold the pen. When you hold the pen upright, the lines become fine. In opposite, if you lay down the pen, the lines come thicker. This was very hard for me in the beginning because I'm heavy-handed, so my lines were coming always bold and with not enough variation, which was disappointing. But as you will see in the end of the video, with practice I handle this pen much better. After my first drawing, which was not very successful, I could understand why this pen is so popular. It's pretty inexpensive compared to other fountain pens and it's fun to use, but I realized that I needed to practice. So that's why I started a 15-day journey of learning how to draw with the Sailor Fude Pen. So, you have seen my first sketch. Now let me show you my second attempt. I used watercolor, which probably was a mistake, because I don't use watercolor that much. Mixing a new material with a material you are not familiar with, it's not a clever thing to do. Teresa from the past would give up from this pen, but I'm glad I didn't. Instead, I returned to the basics. I did a whole spread of mark making. This is always a nice way to play with a new material and to understand better how it behaves. Back to my drawings. This was the first one that I liked. The variation of the line, the contrast between the focus point and the colorful background really pleased me. I was going to paint the lemons, but never did, because I was afraid of ruining it all. Plants are always a safe choice. I've drawn pileuas dozens of times, and cactus too. I even don't mind this table. It's so strange that ends to be funny. Moving on, a flat lace drawing. Love it all, just regret the bean situation. There's not enough definition. I really like the colors and the relation between the white space of the page with all the rest, as well as the wonkiness in it. Ears is just a little doodle and a spread inspired by Katie Moody Patreon, where I simply did lettering. Next, I sketch people. Nothing much to say here, besides that I like this guy a lot, and this one is super crazy. Just a simple urban sketching where I tried to use only line and not color in. A still life, which is probably my favorite of all drawings. The line, the colors, the textures, all the mark makings in the background and the oranges, and I'm glad I left big areas of white too. And a little secret, the flowers are in collage because I hated the original ones. And I end this sketchbook, but there's more sketches. In this little one, I sketched what we had for tea time when we went to see the snow a few weeks ago. I have a short here on YouTube if you would like to see snow in Portugal. Moving on to the last sketchbook. Now it's a good time to tell you that doing a sketch every day, no matter how little it was, really helped me to understand this pen. I started knowing it better and stopped being precious about it. I realized I wouldn't ruin it by using it. Here's a simple spread with the same subject, just to compare a black and white version to a colorful one. This is an exercise I do a lot. I like both. Both give me different feelings. More urban sketching. The lighthouse is a favorite too. I used art graph along with a little color pencil. Here I was trying to make the colorful buildings the focal point, but the composition didn't work. And back to my comfort subject, a wonky jam jar and a not very successful picnic spread. Not all sketches end like we wish, and accepting that don't kill our joy in making them. And that was 15 days of drawings with Sailor Fude Pen. Also need to mention I needed to refill the ink after these 15 days. Next video will be the tour of this pretty chunky sketchbook, so stay tuned for that. See you soon. Bye!